Okay. First, I just want to tell you how much respect I have for Royce Chadwick, who's coaching A&M Corpus Christi. I've known him my entire life, and he actually recruited me as well. And I've learned a lot from him over the years. And he's going through a really, really tough time as his mother actually lives in Lubbock, and she's not doing very well. So this has been a really emotional week for him. So I just think that his kids came out and played super hard, as I knew they would. I knew they were going to defend us really, really tough. And I thought that they continued to play hard, and I think absolutely jumped on us in the first quarter and kind of, took us a little while to get acclimated. But I did think that our kids kept fighting. I haven't seen any panic in our kids yet. I think that they just keep pounding and defending, and I thought they followed the game plan really, really well, particularly on the rebounding and just points in the paint. Our goal was to try to double them up with points in the paint, and I believe that we did that. And so that's a really good job on their part. We also really wanted to take care of the basketball and have less than 15 turnovers, and we had 12, so that's fantastic as well. So lots of improvement from even our exhibition game that I'm super proud of, and I love the fact that we have so much balance on our team as well. We're really coming together and just playing within our own, playing within ourselves, and it's exciting, and I want to thank the crowd for coming, and this, obviously the students. That's really big for us, and we want to encourage them to continue to come back because it certainly gives us a home court advantage. So it was a fantastic atmosphere.
Who wants to start us off? We'll go to Andrew in the front.
So, Riley, you had 11 points, and you had two other teammates with double figures, and then Katie almost had 10, and you had another teammate who almost had 10. How would you say your offensive chemistry with your teammates impacted the win?
I think it was a big factor in the win. That's something that I think other people got to respect out of us. We have a lot of scorers on this team, and we're confident on every player of this team. Like, if you come off the bench or if you start, we're confident you can score. And so I just knew going into this game, everybody needed to get touches, and that worked out for us.
So I guess this question's for you and Katie. How would you say the second unit did today?
Second unit?
Yeah. I think everybody did really well. I wouldn't say anybody did better than anybody else. Our team always is having each other's back, and everybody's trying to play as hard as they can, do what they're supposed to do, and just do what Coach says. And, there's nothing more you can do than that.
I agree. I think our bench did very well for us. Bailey came in, hit some shots, and then Big Jazz, she got rebounded for us very well, and then came in and had 13. So there's no letdown, and that's one thing Coach talks about is when that second group comes in, no letdown.
Who wants to go next? Aria?
Big Hat, for you was your first game student up as a Lady Raider. How was it? I guess, did you take a moment to, when you look at the crowd and did you take a moment?
Yeah, a lot more fans than UTA, I'll tell you that. But no, it was fun. It was fun being out there with my teammates and playing for Coach again. Something I'll cherish forever. So it was great.
And then Riley, for you, you came out of the summer, had a major surgery over the summer. Just you kind of coming back and being full speed. How was it for you stepping out on the court tonight?
It was awesome. I love any chance I get to be on the court and to play with this team. I love my teammates. I love playing in front of these fans. It was such a good atmosphere, and I'm going to remember this night forever.
Big Caddy, early on in the game when you guys kind of started a little bit slow, I saw you yelling out over to the bench trying to get them fired up. How do they look to you as kind of like a spark plug on this team? And Coach, maybe you can answer that as well.
I just try to bring energy, if anything. We did come out a little bit flat, I guess, and we want to throw the first punch. So just get my teammates ready to play and get the energy going.
Yeah, and I think Kat certainly brings us that energy. She just plays so hard. You can see why we recruited her the first time around and why we tried to get her back as well. She dives on the floor, she rebounds the basketball, encourages her teammates, very passionate. So love her energy, and I'm pretty sure if she tells you to get your act together, you're probably going to get your act together.
And then Riley, Coach spoke about this team's overall confidence this year. For you individually, where does that come from? Is it the second year for you being a little bit more comfortable? Is it something else?
I think it's just I would say, yeah, my second year I'm feeling more comfortable, but also I feel so good being coached by Coach Gerlich. She puts so much into me every day at practice, and she's super confident in me. And I think I lacked that last year. I thought I second guessed so many of my shots and a lot of things, and I listened to her this year, and now I'm looking for my shot. I'm looking to attack the basket and just do anything that helps my team.
You know, Riley, just a couple years removed from your own college debut, what did you think of the way Bailey played tonight in her first college game?
I thought she played great. You know, I expect that for Bailey every game. Bailey is a phenomenal basketball player. She is so competitive, and she wants to win every single day. I mean, she's that way in practice and our scrimmages. No matter what, she's wanting to win. And so she came out, did a great job, and I could see her doing that more often.
Do we have anything else for Kat or Riley before we let them go? All right, ladies, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys. Good job. I love that they call you Big Cat. From the media.
John, do you want to start us off?
Good job, Ryan.
Then we'll go to the back to Ariel. And then we'll come to Andrew. All right, Sean.
Coach, you talked about how you wanted to make a difference in this game from the exhibition game, make the improvements. Did you see the improvements that you wanted, and where does this team still have to grow in your mind?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, just taking care of the basketball was a huge piece of it. I mean, we had 26 turnovers in the exhibition game, and to only have 12 against a really good defensive team, I think just speaks to our kids' focus and the discipline that we tried to talk about over the last week. I also think we rebounded the basketball better. Corpus Christi was a top 20 rebounding team last year, and they had everybody coming back. So it was a concern of ours to make sure that we kept them off the boards and limited their second chance opportunities. And I thought our kids, for the most part, really did a good job of that. And then secondly, I just thought that we shared the ball a lot better. I think the first game you saw a little bit of kids coming in for the first time and wanting to get theirs, and that's understandable. I mean, that's how that's going to be. But I thought that the kids came in and settled down today and really worked the basketball a little bit better and went to some areas that we were given. I think you saw that Jasmine Lewis was a definite presence in the paint, and so our kids did a really good job of setting her up and getting her the ball in those situations. And then obviously Riley and Bailey were effective on the perimeter as well. So it was we saw a lot of improvement, but obviously we still have to come out to a better start. We've got to when we have people down, we got to keep them down. I mean, we had them at 33 in the fourth quarter, and still gave up 19. We can't do that at the end of the game, no matter what the lead is.
That brings up the question that we talked about earlier this week about fourth quarter have been the struggle. What did you see from your leaders that helped keep the lead from disappearing?
Yeah, I thought in the third quarter they came out and kept their foot on the gas. I think that's really important. I think that shows signs of maturity to come out in the third quarter after you have a lead, or if it's a close game, and just really setting the tone in the first 3 minutes. And I think our returners certainly did that when we came out. The fourth quarter towards the end, I mean, we had. We do that on purpose because I want everyone to see what our future looks like. But we had, I think, three sophomores and 2 freshmen on the floor, which is fantastic. And we made a few mistakes late that cost us some points. But our future is really bright, and I love the way that our kids are playing and buying in with our team basketball.
Coach Saga getting her first career start tonight. What has she done over the summer that's really earned her that starting role, and how much of a confidence booster is it for her to, she can start for this team?
Yeah, so Saga is a worker. I mean, she is always going to be the hardest worker. We have a 20,000 shot club in the summer that our kids have to do or get to do on their own. And she actually was the first one to get it done. And I think she did it in less than a month just because she's that focused. She knows that if she can be a spot-up shooter for us and a defender, she's going to get minutes. And you've just seen her conditioning is really, really good. Her decision-making is better. She's just working hard, and she sacrificed going and playing for a FIBA team this summer as well to try to establish a role on this team. So I'm really proud of her.
And you touched a little bit on Jazz Lewis. She had a great night for you guys, especially providing that inside presence. How special of a player, and how much more, I guess, has she really reached her potential? And how excited should Lady Raider Nation be excited about her?
Yeah, I think she's got a long ways to go. Actually, I think she's got she still has a lot in her that she can provide. I don't think she has any idea how dominant of a force she could be inside for us. But I think tonight was a great time for us to see that she can rebound the basketball. I mean, because we definitely need help doing that. And the fact that she did that at a high level tonight was really great, and she was very efficient around the basket too.
Kind of bouncing off that right there, very rarely do players transferring to a new program have a career high in their first game like that. When you brought her in here, did you see that extra potential of like, hey, she could really do something big here for us?
Yes, and that was actually our recruiting cell, to be quite honest, because we're a post-oriented team, and we wanted to get her the basketball, and that's what we told her coming in, is that if she would come in and buy into what we're selling, we would get her the ball, and she would have big nights for us. And you see that, she came from a program that wasn't post-oriented, which is fine, but that's why she transferred, and so that's a huge piece for her that she found the right fit. So it kind of made me look smart.
And then one more thing with Bailey too, and just her overall confidence being a freshman playing in her first collegiate game tonight. Where does that extra, maybe fearlessness might be the word, come from?
Because she's a winner. In high school, she won a lot of ball games. She has not lost very many in her short lifetime so far. So I think she's just a winner. She's also just super tough, blue collar. I mean, she grew up on a farm. If she was at home, she would be going and getting up at 6 a.m. and doing something with her dad with cattle, if that was the case after a big game. So she just knows how to work. She knows how to win, and she's a great team player. So really proud of her and just how coachable she's being, and just whatever we ask her to do, she's doing right now. So I really enjoy that about her.
So you guys had that rough shooting slump in the first quarter, and then in the second quarter, you guys outscored Texas A&M Corpus Christi 21-3. What did you say to the girls in between those quarters that just made the offense click?
It's classified. No, I'm just kidding. We just told them to share the basketball more, to run the offense. We weren't running the offense. We would get, if they denied a passing lane, then we would just abandon what we were trying to do and didn't show great discipline. So I thought that we played a lot more poised and got some easier buckets, and we got to the free throw line in the second quarter a lot, and we're effective there. Defensively, I thought we settled down and started defending. I think they got used to the cuts, that chin action that Coach Chadwick runs is hard to defend, and we can't really simulate it in practice as much as we would like to, and so I think it takes a couple of possessions to get used to those back cuts and back doors and handoffs and things like that, and I thought our kids settled down and just really started defending well the second quarter.
So you guys had a +9 advantage on the boards tonight. Would you say that had more emphasis on the win than the offensive chemistry with everyone?
I think rebounding always is a key to winning. So yes, you've got to be effective on the boards and have a presence, and I think our kids bought into that. I thought you saw Kat do that, play really aggressively and get on the boards for us. Big Jazz came in and did that as well, and then you see Kyla coming in and getting some rebounds for us. That's going to continue to. She's going to continue to get better at as well. So, yeah, we've got to control the boards to have a chance.
Coach, in the late first quarter and really from that point on, the defense was really working for y'all. Was it a matter of adjustments to what A&M Corpus was doing, or just a matter of better execution?
I think a little bit of both. I think, like I said, it's really hard to simulate that offense in practice. And so until you've guarded it a couple of times, I think it just takes time to get acclimated to where they're going and where your help is. I thought we had better ball pressure, which helped us, especially in the full court, because their point guard is the key to their offense. So I thought that certainly helped. But I just thought that our overall team defense clogged the lane up a little bit more. We only gave them one opportunity to get a shot off if they got that off. And we just played a lot tougher, and that's what we're going to have to continue to do.
And you touched on just the energy that Big Cat brings. Just how important was that tonight? Like she said, kind of a flat start and just, getting y'all on the right track.
Yeah, you got to have energy players, and she's definitely one of them. That's why I wanted her to come play for us another year, is because I just know the grittiness and toughness that she plays with and the energy that she brings, and I know that our fans are going to even react off of her as well. When they see her getting hyped, they're going to get hyped and know that we need them to make a difference as well. But, we've got a couple of energy players on our team, and we've got to continue to recruit energy players, because I think that's really important, and that's a gift, for you to have that and to be able to play through, even if it's mistakes you're making, that you continue to stay positive and bring the energy. And she just speaks positivity into her teammates and encouragement into her teammates, and that really helps keep that energy level high. Hi, Lance.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Hey, when you leave this room and you just talk to your coaches, what are you going to say, man, I'm really happy about tonight?
Really, I think it is how we defended. You know, I think that we had an opportunity to really make a statement, and I think the last, probably 8 minutes or so, we let that slide from us a little bit. But I thought the first 3 quarters, particularly second and third quarter, we really defended. So I like that because we're going to need to do that. We want to be a defensive basketball team. And then I thought that we just, like I said, shared the basketball. And it's going to be hard to defend us if we can have multiple people in double figures and everybody that comes in scores, and we can just share the wealth like that.
You talked earlier in the season, about gelling. And, I mean, 2 games in, you can't really quite get a grip on that. But how's that coming along?
Yeah, I think you can see that too, even in my rotations. It's hard for me to get the right lineup because we've got so many choices, and it's really a matter of who's on that night, who's got a good matchup with maybe our opponent, and that's going to be a struggle. I think we're going to see a different starting lineup, maybe every time we're out. I don't know. I mean, we'll see what that looks like, but I like the fact that that we're deep enough now that if one person is having a rough night or an off night, we can pull somebody else in and they can take up the slack, and that's going to really benefit us in the Big 12 if we can continue to play at a high level like that.
Coach, everyone, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.